next topic in data science, that is random forests. So from the definition, it is itself clear that it is an ensemble learning method which is used for classification, regression, and many other tasks. It operates by constructing a multitude of decision trees by for training purpose. It is a powerful and widely used machine learning technique which addresses some of the limitations of individual decision trees, such as overfitting and instabilities. And the same definition could be represented by this tree for random forest. So from this particular definition, textual definition, it is clear that it involves few things, and one of them is decision tree, which is one of the learning step involved in random forest algorithm implementation. And these are just the sample code from Python for while you are writing the random forest algorithm by using Python. But if you want to understand the fundamentals in terms of figure way, then this random forest algorithm, how it is used in machine learning, it starts from data processing to training data and then classification of the data set by using some kind of logical concept which could be formed in a way of different trees and branches. And that is called as decision trees. And after that, it goes to some kind of selection process, that is voting for majority. Then finally, you can proceed for prediction output, that is here class A. So first part is training data instance, then model training, and it model training involves decision trees, then model testing, and final evaluation and classical prediction for the final outcome and interpretation. So this is how you can understand and write the code. So if you're writing the code as a layman, as a simple person, without knowing too much about any coding, you can first write the code for importing the files for the data and then go for data classification and the logic you need to involve in a way that it could look like some kind of trees with branches, and then go for selection by using some kind of criteria which could be quite simple while you are implementing the criteria for such decision trees, and then go for final model testing, then predict the outcome, which one is the most suitable or predicted class for this particular case or any case which you are handling. Now, the key concepts of the random forest algorithm involves ensemble learning, that is random forests, which belongs to the family of ensemble methods. It combines multiple individual models to achieve better predictive performance than a single model. So from here, you can understand that you can go for combination of different models and go for prediction and then go for decision trees. So this is another important part which you need to understand, that is decision trees, how you need to build the trees and how you can go for the best predicted trees with the branches and final decision. Then bagging or bootstrap aggregating, where here random forest utilizes bagging, a technique where multiple training sets are created by random sampling with replacement from the original data set. Each of these bootstrap samples is then used to train a separate decision trees, and this introduces diversity among the trees. Now, feature randomness. In addition to bagging, random forest also introduces feature randomness. When constructing each decision tree, only a random subset of features is considered at each split point rather than all the available features. This further correlates the individual trees, which reduces the risk of overfitting and improved generalization. Now, how it could look like in the form of pictorial ways or simplified way, that is input, as you can see here, tree 1, tree 2, tree 3. So the input, then all the trees prediction, tree 1, tree 2, tree 3, red, green, and light red. Then the last part is random forest prediction. So what you are going to predict. Next is, if you want to say these same summarized steps in slightly deeper or more explained picture, then it could look like training set and test set here, training data set 1, 2, and 3, or and so on. Then decision tree 1, 2, 3, and so on. And finally, go for selection, voting, or averaging, then go for final prediction. Now, if you want to see the this how it really could look like if you are going to present the algorithm while you are writing the codes or approach for your own data type or data set, then if you want to present your own work with complete details in the form of pictures as well as little bit explanation, then you can say a random forest is a machine learning method that combines multiple decision trees or multiple models to improve the prediction with higher accuracy and reduces overfitting. So each tree is trained on a random subset of features to increase the diversity. And then the final prediction is made by combination predictions, for example, by majority voting. Now, how random forest could look like? For example, one could be random sampling, another will be group of decision tree with a reasonable depth. So here random sampling, that means bootstrap aggregation with replacement and group of decision tree with a reasonable depth. So random forest is a tree-based machine learning algorithm that leverages the power of multiple decision trees for making decisions. And from the name itself, it suggests that it is a forest of trees. It is used for classification purpose and regression purpose. So classification is one of the main and potential goal of random forest algorithm. Now, if you want to understand more details about random forest, then here data set, then the data are of 2 3 different types based on color, based on size, and then you have a decision tree 1, 2, and 3. Then your predicted result is again 3 or n. Then go for selection by using majority voting concept and final result prediction. So random forest RF2 is used to get a pre certification course on machine learning. For example, if you want to learn machine learning or if you want to just learn free, you can understand this particular tutorial as the detail. You don't need to understand the deep coding inside. So you just go for this video, learn it properly. It will take hardly 10 to 20 minutes to learn it and develop the logic by using some pen, paper, and write it by on the computer, the code in whatever the coding you are comfortable. Now, the same thing could be implemented as an application. For example, you have a basket full with different kind of fruits, and then you are asked to classify. Go for classification. Then apply this kind of concept, this algorithm, and you can go for classification. What is your goal? What do you want to classify? What do you want to select? and that is feature selection. So you need to create the set of features what you want to achieve, and then select the feature based object. And here the demand for selection was to select the apple. So you need to implement some kind of features of the apple so that only apple will be selected. No false positive should occur. If you will write the logic properly, there will be no false positive. Now, how does it work, this random forest algorithm? It's quite simple, very basic to understand. Multiple bootstrap samples are created from the original data set. So this is also, if you don't want to listen multiple bootstrap